All right, so we got Steve,
world-renowned heretic.
Guthrie on the
Guthrie.
left. Guthrie?
I don't know.
On the left.
Piloting his infamous flying bison deck.
Yeah, it's a Tornadus. I don't know what set that's from, the Eek Tornadus. One that shuffles in and draws 6. And Bouffalant, and I don't know if there's anything else in it, but he's advanced to a 7-1 record. We'll get the stream names changed really quickly as we see a DCE on active Bouffalant. Got a bench Bouffalant, and we have an active Tornadus on Alex's side of the field. So we're going to see end resolving. So I haven't seen Steve's deck much. I was watching him play a little bit, but he was kind of in the middle of the field, the table. Sorry, so I couldn't really.
I do know Steve makes a lot of deck profile videos for most of his decks. So if you are curious about his list, you can check it out at youtube.com/worldrenownedheretic. Steve is a very close friend of the Hovercats, so naturally we are pretty close.
Gotta support our boys, right?
Gotta support our boys.
So we're gonna see just that DCE, the end, and then a pass on Steve's side, and then we see Alex drop a Kelio, a Deoxys, and then Juniper away hand drops a drops a Kyurem, another Deoxys. We've been seeing him get pretty explosive starts. I just watched him absolutely destroy Colin Mall 2-0, and it was pretty sad.
Insane.
It was a pretty sad game, actually, when I was walking around taking a break. And it looks like he's just passing the turn. And so we have a... sorry, I wasn't passing the turn. He has a Raiden Knuckle. I'm going to do 30. Actually, it's okay, because he's got the Boofer. And then he's going to put a water on that Kyurem. So... do you know anything about Steve's deck or anything? Have you seen any decks like this at all?
No, actually, I haven't. He's playing a potion, which is really interesting. I'm very curious about if he's playing any acceleration.
Well, he plays Plasma Energy, so he might play Colorless.
Yeah, I would imagine he most definitely plays Colorless Machine. I'm not sure how Plasma focused his deck is.
Is his deck literally just Tornadus, EX, and Bouffalant?
To the best of my knowledge, your guess is as good as mine.
Interesting. 7-1.
But I can almost guarantee we will see a deck profile video from him. So
check that out.
Hang in there.
Looks like Steve has a couple Ultra Balls in his hand, a Switch Tornadus, and a Juniper. He got the Juniper off the Skyla. Looks like he's just gonna attack for the 120 here. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, Alex's idea is going to be trying to attack with the Kyurem because that kind of shuts down the Bouffalant a bit. But I mean, he also, Alex has Deoxys, he has Keldios, he has Thunders. He has a lot of EXs that can be attacked. Do you know the exact details of Tornadus EX's second attack?
Yeah, it does 60 plus 30 for each plasma energy on him. And the attack costs 4, so the ideal.
He has to play Colorless Machine though.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, most definitely. So the ideal is just powering him up with 4 plasma energy because that's 180, which is absurd. But I know he's just an incredibly good fast attacker. Like a DCE and a Colorless Machine or 2 can have him doing 90 to 120 turn 1 or 2.
Doesn't look like Steve's drawing too much. He drew a catcher and he has a Juniper off the Skyla, so he looks like he's going to just Ultra Ball, probably set up a Tornadus, and then I guess just Juniper away his hand. In fairness, Alex also doesn't really have much of anything. I think he just attacked. He just Raiden Knuckled and put a water on the Kyurem. Did he even attack yet? So, yeah. Did he?
Yep, there's water on the Kyurem.
So
I think it's pretty safe to say we'll be hearing plenty of sour grapes in Heretic's video report later. This first couple turns of this game are not really going his way.
Not really what you want to see. Ultra Balling away and Ultra Balling the Switch.
Notice that his discard is just 3 supporters and the Switch now, but for the Ultra Ball.
Alex reaches over at the table and fixes his discard for him. Just
that was really sweet.
Tidy that up.
That was really nice
guy. There's a player from our area who refers to that as housekeeping. At the end of his turn, he always just says "Oh, I got some housekeeping," and just straightens his stuff.
Does he announce it every
single time?
Shout
out to Courtney Crouch, yeah.
Dude, I love him.
Fuck with Daddy's awesome.
Love him.
Drops the Tornadus. Drops the other Tornadus. So he's got multiple Tornaduses everywhere. No DCE, I don't think. And also with the Plasma, do you know if he plays lasers? Like, would you assume that? I
I
haven't
think
seen
it's
any.
pretty safe. I'd imagine.
Because he has a Plasma on the Bouffalant, but if he can get the other three on the Tornadus, he can do 150, and plus the laser is obviously like the numbers you need to knock out basically anything.
I see an Eviolite in his hand, which is I bet that's been making a pretty big difference. I also see that he's playing a split of the Dark Explorers and Plasma Tornaduses, which is interesting. I'm not. That makes me curious, like what his specific counts are, like how much his build emphasizes.
I saw him playing
the
a
Plasma
Frozen
ones.
City for what it's worth. So
Frozen City.
could just be he's playing tons of stadiums with the Tornadus.
So he just knocks out that Thunderous with the Bouffalant. Things are actually going pretty well for him.
Yeah.
We're going to see a return knockout on the Bouffalant, so it's mostly just about how Heretic is able to respond.
No supporter, I don't think, for Alex. I don't think he played one last turn. And nope, Bouffalant, take a prize. And Steve's not in the best position here because he doesn't really have any energy. Like,
For sure.
even I don't see DC in his hand because he would have touched it last turn, but I do see plasmas. But even then, like I think the most he's doing is like plasma and then Colress Machine of Plasma. That's only two, and then he can eke in his hand.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's probably his plan from here.
I'm not sure the name of that attack, by the way. It's eke is the old
Windfall.
left attack. Windfall. All right.
Yeah.
That's worse than eke, but I can deal with it. So we're gonna see just the plasma slapping down on that.
180.
Skyla, which I honestly usually here I try to make a guess, but I don't know with this deck. Yeah, Colress Machine is I guess what I would get. I don't know. I don't like the shuffling here.
I'm actually not sure why he's getting the Colress Machine. That Tornadus is in harm's way. It doesn't look like he's going to attack this turn. It looks like he's just going to Windfall. So it seems like that's a Colress Machine he's not going to play again. That's a Plasma Energy going to the discard, and it seems like it's for a lost cause. I expect that Tornadus to die before it gets to do a lot of damage with its second attack.
Do you know how much HP is on that Tornadus?
180.
100. Okay. So easily, we have a Bengal knockout if Alex can get one.
It has an Eviolite on it, though. So,
oh, we do.
Does Alex play lasers? I don't believe he does.
I honestly don't remember. It's been a long day.
Word. I mean, yeah, you were in a car accident after all. Oh, wait.
Yeah, true. And the scrapper there.
So yeah, I guess.
And the Bengal.
And the Bengal, yeah. So
wow,
Alex
that's going
is
to
running
absolutely
train.
decimate Heretic's board. You can see Heretic kind of shake his
And a computer search, yeah. For the that makes perfect
Yeah.
sense for the float zone. So he's just gonna Blizzard burn that
He has
boy, and
no cards in hand, I don't think, but he's
he's about to have two.
gonna take two prizes.
Notice that Alex isn't cutting Steve's deck. That's really cool. I like when people do that.
Wait, so why was he drawing? Oh, he end?
Windfall.
Oh, right, okay.
Steve,
yeah,
like,
I forgot he hadn't.
Alex started his turn before Steve
Yeah,
had drawn,
okay,
but
cool.
I always think it's really cool when players don't cut each other's decks, or
That's
when
fair.
one player doesn't cut the others.
And Alex is actually in a really good position here. He's 7-0-1,
Absolutely.
so if he wins, he's going to have incredible results.
Yeah, because
going into
this is
game
they both could have taken draws, but they're both at 7 wins. There's nothing to lose. It's just a matter of who's gonna end up with better resistance.
So if you're either of these players here, and you know you're going to make day 2, do you just draw?
I think Steve would have rather seen a draw because he 7-1-1 looks way better than 7-2-0.
Right.
So Alex has nothing to lose here. He'd love to finish at 8-0-1 and just have a better record. Just it looks better. It's better resistance. Steve has a lot more to lose. 7-2-0 is pretty weak.
Another consideration to make is just, as we were talking about during the break, is it's pretty late. Like, would you take that into account at all and just say, like, I
Absolutely,
want to
yeah.
be done before, go get food, be done before 11, be in bed by midnight. You know what I
For
mean?
sure. I think the price increase is a big factor in that. People like every little bit counts. Like I've given up games at cities before that I could have won because I was just done playing Pokemon. But
Right.
I don't blame them for wanting to play it out. But I also wouldn't blame them if they decided to draw.
That's fair. And yeah, I don't know. I wish we knew more of the Heretics deck. It's cool to see a rogue deck on stream. It's the second one we've seen with that Kling Clang. And then I guess I had that Virizion that had a few techs in it earlier in the day, but it's just strange because I don't really know like what he can do here. Like he just seems like he's so far behind. Like even though I don't know, it's just like his main attacker costs 4 energy to power up, and he's already lost 2 plasma energy at least. So like if one's prized, you just can't attack with him in one turn, and it's just like he has the Bengal, he has a knockout on basically anything. Mind you, he has Eviolites. But that's probably a consideration because he built a deck with a bunch of Eviolites in it and whatnot. But it's just like I don't know. Like he has no energy on board right now.
Yeah,
like,
and he's been dropping Colress machines like they're bad stock. So
mind you, he has the Evilites and the Aspertias. So
that's very true.
His guys are big, so they're probably going to be 2-hit KOs most of the time. But I just feel like 2-hit KOs versus like 4 turns to power up. Or
Exactly, yeah.
I
I could definitely see Heretic winning an exchange, especially if he plays like Potion or something. Oh, he does play Potion. We've seen a Potion.
Yeah, he plays another one too. I saw one in his hand.
So, Heretic can definitely win an exchange. So I think right now he's just trying to establish one. He needs to get into an exchange before he can win it.
Right.
But right now, Alex is in a pretty good position. He's got the Keldeo Floatstone with the Blizzard Burn, plenty of Deoxys, another Kyurem getting powered up. There's really not a whole lot more he can ask for.
And at the end of the day, too, again, we have to remember that this game, while important and everyone wants to win, it's not the most important to these guys.
Absolutely.
Like it will determine like seeding, but they've already made day 2. Like it's top 32 out of 300, so they've already they're in the top 10% of players. They're already getting prizing, and they're already live for top 8. So it's not that they're not going to play extremely. They're going to play well and try and win. But just like you're tired, you might make some misplays, might just not care that much, you know.
I know Steve is like a really friendly guy. That Alex kid seems super cool. I wouldn't be surprised if they're. I mean, it's hard to see their faces and the way they're moving and talking, but I wouldn't be surprised if this were like a pretty laid back casual game. Just There's so little pressure on them right now.
Alex told me he's the new David Cohen.
Did Alex actually say he was the new David Cohen?
I don't get it. Why?
He's 15 and doing well. I don't know.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah, dude. 7-0 at a regional is pretty. Yeah, that's like what David did, right? That's what David's. Yeah, like that. Same thing.
From our seat, we can see Ross is on the table 2, just right up behind our camera. He's I think he has 7 wins. So they're table 1 and 2 are both locked up.
All right, a little bit of foreshadowing as far as this Alex and David relationship goes. Worth noting, Alex is at table 1, Ross is at table 2. Seems to be a very potent metaphor.
Are we gonna see an Alex versus Ross finals? Is Ross gonna lose again to the new David Cohen?
To the little guy.
To the little guy.
Fun fact: Ross has not lost to a master since Worlds.
In a tournament, of course.
This kid hasn't told anyone why he's purple. I tried.
Yeah, also, another thing about Alex, he refuses to tell us why he's purple. He's been asked by several people and is just, what of it?
Alright, so
I really like it.
Back to the game at hand.
Whatever.
Alex,
as soon as we started talking about how little they probably care, I cared even less.
That's fair. But our viewers care.
Don't.
Again, nothing much to change. He has Steve has the DC on the Tornadus now, but I don't know how much that really matters. He's just passing. Like he has no way of returning that Bouffalant. They're big, I guess, but like
I feel like Steve doesn't have a whole lot of mobility in his deck. He's playing Eviolites, which probably make Floatstones inaccessible or obsolete, and the Plasma Tornadus and Bouffalant both have an ugly 2 retreat cost. So, I'm noticing after knockouts, he's just promoting Bouffalants. And if he were to top deck something that would allow him to attack, it's just unfortunate that now he just needs a switch or another attachment to be able to get out of the active. But if he were to promote the Tornadus and miss something, then that's his problem. So I feel like he's definitely suffering from a lack of mobility among countless other things, obviously.
Absolutely. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty quick game 1 for Alex here. The players are counting up some damage with Boofer and Eviolites, and the Spursha can get a little messy.
Oh, I forgot about it. Yeah, I was really surprised that it wasn't dead. That Bouffalant already had damage on it, and it just took 150 without dying. That's absurd.
Oh, yep.
Oh, yup. So that boy's got 120, and he's reducing 40. That's
pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good for a non-EX.
Yeah.
Bouffalant played a big part in all big basic decks really, but especially during Cities last year. Mewtwo, Landers, Bouffalant was huge in the Northwest, and Bouffalant was just so insane. Still very good, but more poorly positioned than it used to be. And it looks like Steve's just clearly very upset.
It's interesting to see how many cards that we haven't seen in a while kind of making a resurgence. Like, I've seen more Bouffalant and Mewtwo today than I've seen since Cities.
Kling Clangs, too.
Yeah.
Those are a little bit more recent, but Kling Clangs, Tornaduses, all of it.
Tornadus, too. For sure.
So it was a Colress for 5. And Plasma Ball for nothing. And like the thing is too is, I mean, obviously, I think this game's pretty well done, but just to comment on it a little bit, like the problem I think that I see with Steve's deck, at least just watching him play a little bit earlier in the rounds and now on camera, excuse me, is that it doesn't like even if he got something going, it doesn't matter because like look at like even if right now he got a million color machines on a plasma Pokemon, like it doesn't matter because Alex has two Kyrums and he has like a Deoxys with some energy on it, two Deoxys with energy on it actually. Like he's just ready to, you know what I mean? Like no matter what, he's just ready to come back. And we see the concession by Steve.
I'd imagine the reason Steve didn't scoop earlier is because he is just aware of how fast this game is moving. He's definitely cognizant of how little pressure there is on the match. It might sound like we're overemphasizing that, but I just feel like everybody's been there where they're 5-1 at a tournament where all the X and 2s make cut in the last round, and you're joking around with your opponent. And you're not super concerned. So, if this game mattered, I would have liked to see Steve concede way sooner than he did. But they're playing fast. I think they'll finish 3 games.
Mind you that this tournament started at 8, or the registration started at 8:30.
Yeah.
Latest you could be here is 9:30. So these guys probably woke up latest at 8:30. So these guys have been awake and playing Pokemon for 14 and a half hours now. So I can definitely see like that
Absolutely.
That makes sense for both mistakes and just like not caring all that much. You know, I think these guys over here who are maybe on the X and 2 or X and 3 just hoping they make top 32 are probably a lot more focused, but these guys up here, it's been 14 hours of Pokemon. I don't know how local these guys are, but it's always I have to wake up an hour early before I go anywhere, and I'm sure these guys are similar. That paint doesn't apply itself, so he's just been up for 2 days of playing that.
Forgot about the what? Oh. Steve. No. James. I don't know.
The way James put his prices out tilts me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool because it's clear on camera, but
Where am I going to put it to?
Steve's sleeves are really ugly too.
There's
a creepy naked girl with a zebra. Yeah, who would do that in public?
I can't even tell what that Pokemon is. We're gonna have to change this light before tomorrow, or change the angle of the camera before tomorrow. He's color shooting onto it, so it must be Tornadus Plasma Tornadus. He plays 2, so maybe we're gonna live the dream and see a DCE here.
I mean, and that's like I think that's probably what got him to where he is. Tornadus can be a really strong opener with the right hand. Part of what got him to where he is, obviously. Okay. We see that Alex is wearing a watch, meaning he cares a little bit about Pokemon, so I'm already starting to see some holes in the David analogy. Just the fact that he seems to care even a little is...
Mind you, he might just be wearing a watch because he needs to keep
wears
track
a watch
of the
all the time. Yeah, sure.
But I doubt it because we all have smartphones now, right?
I wear a watch. People are like, oh, you wear a watch because of the new rules, right? Like, no.
Watches are cool accessories. I mean,
I think my watch is cool. It's like,
yeah, watch is cute, dude.
Yeah, it's a nice watch.
None of the viewers can see your watch, but yeah, it's cute.
It's fine.
You want to show off the watch?
Yeah. It's just,
Clean and simple. I like it.
Just like my women. Alright, so Steve has had a not phenomenal, but most definitely good start.
This is just how I feel about this deck too.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's just like 2 colors. Like, what more could you ask for? But he still misses energy. Like,
absolutely.
And in all fairness, like he has an Eviolite and an Aspersion, so that guy is just huge again. But it's just like I just don't know like what. Like, oh, I only got 2 colors machines and an Eviolite and an Aspersion on my turns and then passed. And then if I don't have a DCE or an energy and a color machine next turn, I have to pass. Like, it's just like I'm just not. I mean, obviously, no offense to Steve, he's 7-1-0. Like, he's doing something right. Maybe Plazer's a bad matchup. Maybe he's running poorly. I don't know, but I
think you're onto something. I agree with everything you've said so far. So you're definitely not like crazy.
And I'm not sure. Again, I don't think these players care all that much about this game. So I'm not sure where the Philadelphia stream is at exactly, if it's off now or what. But if you want to tune in to twitch.tv/OTB East and maybe see different matchup or something. I'm not exactly sure where Harrison is
I think that little guy was prized last game. That's a sock, which is like a super hard plasma counter.
Do I explain to the audience what stock does?
Yeah, Chase is going to grab a scan for me, but I do know that it's pretty cheap. I think it's a fighting and a colorless, and it just does. No, it's 1 energy. It does way more damage if they're plasma. That's about all I know.
It does like 60.
He
right?
does if you have a bangle on him after weakness and everything is applied. He does 160 to a Thunderous. Oh yeah, we just looked into it. Kick of Righteousness for 1 colorless energy. It does 10 and it plus 40 if they're a team plasma. So you're
he's
doing 100 to
160 for
Thunderous,
one.
but if you've got a bangle, that's 160. So
It seems strange. Like a lot of these, in Steve's deck, like a lot of these numbers are hitting 160. I guess 160 is more relevant for the Thunderous, but 160, and then the as we were talking about earlier, the 3 plasma energy on the
120.
boy.
Yep.
150, right, with 3 plasma energy.
oh yeah, sure.
And so it seems like you want to be playing Blazers and Burbank because it seems like there's a few numbers that
Yeah.
you want to hit.
I
but-
thought you were saying 2 plasma energy, which does
Uh,
120 to a Kyurem, which is also relevant.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
he's coming up short.
Yeah, that's
Almost every Pokemon in Alex's deck has 10 more hit points than Steve can do conveniently.
unless you live the dream, but yeah, I agree. Maybe Plasma's just a bad matchup. Like maybe he didn't expect to be playing by much Plasma. I don't know. It hasn't won the regionals yet. It hasn't been doing
Right.
super well, but it's still one of the.
I
big
mean, and
decks.
I made the same mistake. I took all of the plasma counters out of my deck and then just got railed by it because I wasn't expecting too much.
Right.
I hope Steve plays like a Stunfisk or a Landorus or something because it's painfully obvious. Like he has to be aware that he does 160 to Thunderous, he does 120 to Kyurems, he does 150 to EXs. Like he has to have somebody
Right.
clean those up without having to catch her and then do 100 all over again.
And max potion on
yeah,
the
that max
Thunderous.
potion was disgusting. That's definitely good for James.
What's the HP on stock? It's certainly lower than 120.
I
right?
believe
I
it's
guess-
90.
Yeah, it's in the double digits, I think.
We have Chase pulling these.
We're working again
yeah,
for a
back up.
little inside knowledge. We're trying to work on something where we can feature card scans on the
Yeah,
screen,
90.
but it's difficult to do, and it's difficult to do with the limited number of people we have. But that's something we all look forward to in the future. So we'll look into that.
So that max potion was really big. I think it's already been made painfully clear that this matchup is in Alex's favor, and now he's just adding nails to the coffin, sort of sealing his fate.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, is Philly over? Because we're up to like 60 views. All right, cool. That makes sense.
So Philly's over.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
If anyone in the chat happens to know for sure who all is in day 2 of Philly, that'd be cool.
Yeah, hopefully Harrison posted the.
Yeah, I'd imagine
picture.
Harrison has it covered, but
I
I just
think-
want to know now.
I think that we are going to probably just post a picture of those standings on our Facebook because it's pretty late, and I think we all want to kind of.
Yeah.
There's no point in reading off all 32 names. So after this round, probably turn off the stream for a bit and then come back up and. Sorry, not come back up, but post the final top 32 day 2 players on Facebook.com/OTB Pokemon. I'll also try and talk to some people in Houston, see if we can get some info from them. I haven't really been on Facebook or anything lately, so I'm not sure if there's any info from that. But hopefully, Facebook.com/OTB Pokemon. Check that out. So we're seeing N coming here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just not sure what else I can really say. Like, Steve's deck is obviously doing something right, but it's just not shining through in this matchup, in these games at least. And maybe there's something we're missing. And the stock was nice. Like, it must have been prized last game. Like, just had to be.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a Colress machine, a Plasma Energy. Not quite sure. Looks like Alex is tapping his fingers, maybe doing a little bit of mental math. Looking around the room, I see a Kyle Puka Sukovic at a pretty high table. Dustin Zimmerman, lock for day 2, I believe.
No, Dustin, I think he needs to win here, and he'll still have to bubble in. I believe he's
Really?
the best he can finish is like 6-1-2, which will be like
20 points.
the bottom end of the top 32 will
Yeah.
be 6-1-2, so he'll have to bubble in.
Well,
And that's if he wins.
good luck.
He looks. I'm not sure who he's playing against.
good luck to Dustin. Chris Fulop is at table
Dustin looks
5,
upset.
it looks like. So Chris Fulop, I think, is also a lock. So, again, personal friend of mine. It's cool to see him come back and maybe have a comeback, So, see what happens with that. Look at the players having some kind of discussion, or Alex is kind of thinking to himself.
I think they're gonna kiss.
Plasma Ball. I'm really not sure what's in Alex's hand. I was gonna say I'm not sure what's in his hand, but I think he either wants to get another Deoxys here to boost up the damage a little bit, or get another Kyurem, because the position he is in now, which is different than last game, is that if if Steve finds a way to knock this Kyurem out, it's all he has.
Yeah.
So this might be Steve's game plan too. Is just I lose a little bit early, but luckily I have all these buffers. I have Evolites, I have Boofer, I have Aspertia, and then late game I just have a thing that does 180, and just I'm gonna knock out their big threat, knock out their other big threat, and then just keep it going. I mean that's what he's done all week. I do find it surprising though, if that is how his deck works, that he doesn't have any draws. He's never
for
really
sure,
made a
yeah.
mistake like in that realm. And I don't know, maybe we're wrong. Maybe this deck is all the rage in wherever Heretic lives, but
Ohio, I think.
Ohio, I haven't seen it.
But we're definitely super pumped about these guys solidifying their spots in top 32, regardless of how this game turns out. Big congratulations to them.
Yeah, I think if Alex wins here, I think 3 wins gets him in to the top 8, or at least puts him up in contention. Tomorrow I have to redo that math and look at it a little bit, but I think that's about right. And there's 5 rounds tomorrow, so 3 wins, a loss, and a draw. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy to accomplish. Yes, you could say these players are on the bubble. We try and
Try to
not
Avoid
try to
that.
avoid that as much as we can.
Maybe we talk about that.
I wish Mike would stop making fart sounds. We're trying to be professional here, but so we see a Skyla on Steve's side. There's a whole bunch of energy, or a whole bunch of damage and energy for what it's worth on the Tornadus. And again, he has 3 plasma on the Tornadus.
And yeah, it's like you said,
it's just gonna die.
So many resources poured into that.
Like,
he's
he's gonna take
still
one.
not doing anything, and he's got 1,000 damage on him.
Yeah, if he chooses to attach stuff here, he's gonna knock out the Kyurem, take 1 prize, and then probably just get knocked out and have no energy. I don't actually know. It has 180, so he's at 170 now. Is that what it has?
He has 200 with the Aspertia.
Oh, he attaches okay, so yeah, it's definitely going to get knocked out if Alex can even attack. And then he's out energy, and he's down 2 prizes, and it's just not a good place you want to be.
For sure.
There's a DCE. Does the Tornadus have to discard plasma or anything? Or is it just it's
Nope.
always on it? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's
But
a
I mean, it gets
knockout.
discarded when it dies, which it does all the time.
There's a
So-
plasma on that.
He's attached to plasma from hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so that,
passes.
that guarantees that he's not going to attack that turn if we see them attack a plasma from hand. Unless they have other energy. That's what Zach Dalton would have said.
And I mean, I don't know. Look, I mean, maybe we were wrong. Maybe that bought him enough time to just load up this.
I see a Corson machine in his hand, so he's about to do 180 to that Keldeo, or if he has a catcher or something else. So, I mean, that's worth noting. That Deoxys is actually a pretty big threat to his entire deck. Just 'cause
Yeah,
I think
he has
it's
the catcher
so
in
much
hand,
energy.
so I'd like to see him catch up the Deoxys.
Yeah, and that's such an obvious play. I don't really see him not doing that.
And
Moment of truth. Oh, dear.
the Kyurem.
What?
Okay, so
Oh, well, hold on.
I mean,
I don't think... Oh, I see a plasma energy in his hand. He didn't have
It
4
doesn't-
on
it
the
wasn't
Tornadus.
oh, okay. So that's fine then. I mean, he knocked his only attacker. And now, things have kind of switched, and now Alex is kind of up against the wall. And as we said, I think this is how his deck is supposed to work: is that he goes behind a little bit early, but in the late game, he's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gold Potion would probably be pretty good in here.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, maybe computer search you need to.
I mean, healing
some stuff.
healing without a drawback is way too good for these super high hit point, super heavy energy cost attackers. Gold Potion would be a perfect fit. I wonder how his Skyla counts are. Cause it seems like his items aren't very diverse. It just looks like 4 catcher, 4 Eviolite, stuff like
And
that.
right now, he's got it for a switch. He's gonna be able to switch, and he's gonna be able to attach that last plasma energy onto the Tornadus and take 2 prizes, leaving himself with only 2 prizes left to take. So if
Alex draws a lightning energy, it's over. If he doesn't,
it's not over if he draws lightning energy. It's just
sorry. I
Tornadus
always
knocked out.
speak in extremes really unnecessarily, but I mean, if Alex doesn't draw lightning energy, it's over.
Yeah, that's true. Or he can also draw a psychic. He can attack
Yep.
with the
Yeah.
if he draws any colored energy, which he does not have as of now, so we'd have to top.
Well, Alex also plays a butt ton of water, so we have to assume he's got like a few prisms and one or two lightnings
That's true.
left.
That's true. That's true.
And Alex is not playing supporter, so it's all about the top deck.
So what do you think he
Oh,
catches here?
the Thunderous. Oh,
Yeah,
the Diak.
I think the Thunderace, honestly.
Yeah, because there's more outs to lightning energy left in Alex's deck.
Agreed. And the Thunderace is also just better in the abstract. Like it's just better
Oh,
for
yeah,
doing
for sure.
things in general.
Yeah.
Not that the Deoxys aren't very like a threat as we talked about.
That was like the best play to keep Tornadus alive, and if Tornadus weren't in danger, that would have been the best
and
play
a quick
regardless.
pass and a concession. Wow.
Yeah.
So. All right. So we have 20 minutes left. Just over 20 minutes left for this game, and it looks like we're gonna get a game 3. We're all very tired in the booth. I'm sure you're tired at home. Thanks for sticking around.
For sure. We're having a blast.
Yeah,
We love you
it's a
guys.
good time. We'll be back. Again, I think after this round, probably just gonna say our goodbyes and pack up and go have some food and get some sleep.
I'm gonna eat
We'll
so
post
much.
all the details, top 32 as well as when we're starting tomorrow and the breakdown. Hopefully some Houston information. Hopefully Harrison put up some Philadelphia information. Either way, I would have liked to stick around and talk to the top 32, but just too many players to do, and I think we've
Yeah.
really spent a good amount of time during the day covering who's going to make it and who's not. So
We'll try to talk to the top 8 tomorrow before they get started. I'd really like to talk to as many of them as possible, and
yeah,
that definitely seems achievable.
definitely.
So look out for that. Look out for Detox.
2005.
Hello.
I had to explain to Maddie what detox was.
Oh, little guy. Oh, yeah, because he wasn't born when it was announced.
Yeah, I literally was like, it was announced in 2005. Matt, like, Matt was that was 8 years ago.
So Matt was
So
like -2.
Matt was 10. That was 9 actually.
That was like that's like funnier than my joke that he was actually 10.
Well, that was 9 for what it's worth. Anyway,
Wait,
because Matt's 17.
Oh.
I think we can go back to the game now. It seems like the players are drawing their hands.
I was-
Why do I?
Can
It's only 2 years.
12.
stop talking about rap albums. Yeah, let's see if we get. Do you see any good cards in his hand for that mulligan? Anything interesting?
No, sorry.
No worries, dude.
There's 18 minutes left in the round, Sean.
Sean Kaufman visiting the booth.
Kelly looks like he's gonna cry. He honestly, like I can see through his eyes. Look at it.
It's just like when I got
What?
We're getting word that Dustin Zimmerman, by his body language, is not looking like he's in the best shape. Mike believes that a loss here puts him completely out of the top, out of the day 2. So,
Yeah,
pretty
Dustin. Are you
heartbreaking.
talking about Dustin?
Yeah.
Took my hands off. Yeah, Dustin is 6-1-1 right now. So a win gets him in, a draw puts him on the bubble, and a loss knocks him out.
Wow. And resolving some mulligans. Plenty of time to finish this game. I see a Bouffalant. Okay, so I see some Pokemon in Steve's hand. Alex is going to get to go first, and I think the good thing about Alex going first, obviously going first is always positive, but I think especially in this matchup, if Alex can get a quick Kyurem or a quick Thunderous play, like it might just be too much for Steve. He starts with what I assume is a Plasma Tornadus. I can't really see because of the glare. Again, we'll adjust our cameras before tomorrow. The lights have changed the room a little bit. Alex opens an Absol, plays a Kyurem on the bench. He top deck the Kyurem, and doesn't seem to have much. He's not doing anything. I'm not sure if he's making considerations or he just doesn't actually have anything. Floats on the Absol is the first step. He really wants to be able to attack with Kyurem this turn. Bang on the Kyurem, also very nice. Opens him up to Tool Scrapper, unfortunately, but whatever, you have to. Okay, so yeah, so he's gonna have. I guess he was just thinking for a little bit. Definitely going to have the turn 1 Kyurem attack. It's going to do 60, and it looks like he has supporter too. A computer search. Okay, so he has a fine hand. I can discard a Prism and a Catcher. I imagine he's getting a supporter. I'm not sure what else is in his hand. A Juniper here or something, just like being able to attack on turn 1 with a Bangle against an opponent that you know is slow, and also draw a bunch of cards off of a supporter is really big.
Looks like they're both laughing, which is really cool. I like that they're being friendly. If you haven't noticed, I haven't been paying attention to the cards at all.
Another thing we're going to try and do, probably in the morning, is update you with what decks my top 32. I'd really like to go through the list and try and see if we can name everyone's deck or
As
most
many
of
as
them, and
possible.
just kind of present like a little percentage of the metagame. So looks like he indeed did get a Juniper off of the computer search, discarding a switch and retreating with the floatstone into the Kyurem. Another Kyurem on the bench. We've got
Hi. What are you doing?
and we've got a Frost Spear, 460. Got a potion. We're gonna knock that
What?
Frost Spear down to 30.
Nope. Chase wants to talk to you, and I'll call you back in a minute.
Making it like that Bangle's not even
Chase
there.
wants to talk to you,
We
and I'll
got
call you back in a minute.
Eviolite on the Tornadus, a
Yeah,
Plasma
okay, love you, bye.
manually attached, and he has Ends and Junipers in his hand. So he's gonna play the end. Is that Lexi?
Yeah.
Gonna play the end.
Sorry, I missed
Players
something,
resolving.
guys. My super hot girlfriend just called me, and I had to answer.
Now she's talking. She wanted to talk to Chase.
Oops.
That's fucked up. Why would you do that to Mike?
Wonder what they're talking about.
I'm gonna have to
Again,
turn you down.
lots of shuffling right now.
Yes, yeah.
And again, it's just he's already manually attached, so he can do 3 Colorless Machines. If he has 3 Colorless Machines in his deck, and he draws them off the 6 cards, and he has 3 Plasma Energy in his deck, then he'll be able to attack.
he
And he'll
does.
be in an insane position, because that'd be amazing. I see 2
Oh
Colorless
my god, he
Machines.
got it. Look how happy he is.
I got it. Wait, are you
Look at
serious?
him. He looks like a kid on Christmas morning. He
He
got
only
it.
got 2. He only got 2.
Fast he's going.
He only got 2.
He looks like he's seriously about to poop.
Well, he got the potion, too, so he basically just, like, time walked Alex. And,
He
like,
looks like my dog when I offer her pizza.
I feel like if he had... I know he has 2, but... He
Who
has
bumped the camera? Gosh dang it.
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it, Adam.
And another one. Maybe he just has the 3. He's just slow rolling them. Like he's just like, I'm gonna shuffle and
I earnestly and sincerely hope so.
could be.
Look at him. He's tickled pink.
And he's gonna pass.
Never
Still-
seen someone so excited to pass.
Still, I mean,
Yeah, that potion was bonkers.
yeah. Even as it is, like he.
Oh, he's not.
He gonna just catch her with the Kyurem. That can't do anything. I'm not sure that I like actually. Well, I'm not sure. He's gonna one. Okay, he's windfalling. I was like,
Oh, I was like, why is he?
game
What?
lost.
Help. Yeah.
So again, I mean, I don't know. We were saying a lot of stuff about how the deck didn't function, how it's supposed to. But like, I don't know. Now he's just doing 180 next, or he's doing 150 next turn. So like, who knows? Bad part about this is he's also taking 60 this turn. Yeah. Or no. Yeah, 160, 170. So like, if he has another, oh no, he has a. Okay. So there's no way that Alex can live the dream and donk him this turn, right? 90? No, because he has the Eviolite.
He plays Scrapper.
Oh.
He's got a Bangle. Yeah, all he needs is a Scrapper and a Deoxys. He's got everything else he
Scrapper
needs.
Deoxys. Here we go.
I don't. It's not even that I'm particularly rooting for one player. I am just so tired. I want someone to win right now.
We've had a long day, as I'm sure you are. The staff here, honestly, like the staff
Yeah,
is still
these
here. I
guys-
can't imagine.
We've been sitting down all day.
Yeah,
Like,
especially
I can't-
considering that they probably spent 2 or 3 hours setting up yesterday
Yeah,
and got
for
here
sure.
probably an hour before us. Like,
So major props to them. The event's been run really well. There hasn't
Oh,
really been significant
Scrapper.
delays in between rounds or anything.
does he have it?
There's no way he would not slow roll it that hard.
All right, well, we're not living the dream, but we're getting pretty close.
He's getting sleepy.
Yeah, 170.
He's got a Bouffalant in his hand. Does Heretic have a Bouffalant in his hand?
I don't think so. I see an Eviolite. I see a couple other things. I don't think I see any pocket monsters though. He draws a Buffalo.
Now he does.
Though. You say, because you wanted the game to end.
Yeah.
It's been a late night.
Dude, you know what sucks more than doing 170 to something with 180 hit points?
What?
Nothing.
If only he had the laser.
Cold potion.
God, Gold Witch would be so cool.
It wouldn't even make a difference.
It'd still be so cool though.
Yeah, it would, dude. I'd be like, yeah. God, that was a stupid thing to say.
I'd be like, alright.
I'd be like, yeah. Okay, man.
Only 10 minutes left too. We could just see a draw. See a draw here after all.
And then if they do draw, I'm gonna go ask them both if it was worth it. If it was worth 50 more minutes of Pokemon to get something they could have just agreed on from the start.
Hey, spirit of the game, you know?
Spirit of my
the
butt.
game.
I'm hungry.
Ooh.
Alright, I'm displaying a really negative attitude. I'm sorry. I honestly am having a great time.
It's a great time for all of us. We're just tired. I know that.
I
know you guys have been.
Did I mention the car accident?
Yeah. For what it's worth, Chase ordered a pizza as well as a dessert pizza at 2 a.m. last night, and we ate the whole thing. So that's actually kind of a car
That's worse than
accident as well.
the car accident. Holy crap! I would still take my day over that 10 times
Yeah,
over.
it was pretty bad. But back focusing on the game. Sorry, we're getting a little bit distracted,
yeah.
OTB style. But call rest for 5 here, coming from Alex. 9 minutes left in this game. I really don't know. I mean, both these decks are the type of decks that are going to, when they start attacking and when they get stuff up, are going to start just destroying. But I could easily see, especially with all these shuffling that everyone's doing, I could easily see this 9 plus 3 go to a draw, yeah.
Yeah, 6 prizes each. For sure. And I will probably be
Heretic has
legitimately
5
upset.
prizes,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Oh, no cuts. He reaches for the... I think he's going to cut, and then he just... No, it bats it away.
Nah, man, I spooked you. You don't.
I
Trust you.
I trust you, man.
You ain't doing nothing spooky.
Mm-mm.
No spooks around here. No spooks in Fort Wayne.
Dude, Fort Wayne is the spookiest place. I have some stories for that on the next OTB.
Dude, I can't wait. I love you, Kenny.
Okay, buddy. Man, Mike, your best
idiot.
friends.
God, you dumb piece of butt.
Alright, man. Whatever.
Alright, man. I will turn this stream around.
Classic Mike Newman. Classic dad. I would say it's about a 4.5 on the dad scale. Mike, what are you doing? Can you maintain some sense of professionalism? Please.
We're almost there.
I turned the stream around. Don't say I didn't warn him.
Yeah, we all saw. Alright, so back to the land of reality. Just over 7 minutes left in this game. Heretic just has nothing on board. He has a Bouffalant with an Eviolite. Now he has this version. He has a DC in his hand as well. I see an Eviolite in his hand. But I mean, he's just gonna pass here. Alex is hopefully going to. There's a Prism on the Deoxys. Deoxys, unfortunately,
My prism.
so we can see a Juniper. That Absol is just useless, by the way.
Yeah,
Heretic never has more than one thing bench at a time, maybe 2.
for sure. The only matchup he could use it in, he threw him out like an old
towel.
Nobody throws away towels.
Dude, you got it. Your breaks, it gets all holes in it and stuff, and it doesn't dry off, dude. Yeah, dude. I know. You use towels because you're poor, dude. Mom, Mike's mom's so poor, dude.
You probably washed some clothes.
Sorry, we are very tired, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to eat a lot of food and then collapse when we get done with this.
I could see a stream in that.
So right now, I mean, he ought to use his tool scrapper. But wait, so 1, 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Okay, so not even close. He has an Ultra Ball as well as a computer search to get Pokemon out. So he's not just going to lose this turn, but I feel like he's just. I mean, honestly, I feel like if I were Heretic here, I mean, I guess it's close to the. See, now he's doomed himself now they've doomed themselves because they can't concede because what are you going to concede with 5 minutes left and waste all this time to take a loss? Right? So he's just going to lose Heretic. I think he's just whatever. I'm just so tired. I just want to play for the draw, but I don't know how long it's going to be.
Right.
And there is a Bengal. I thought there was a Bengal in his deck, but I wasn't quite sure. He's never actually played one, I don't think.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Which makes his Floatstone conundrum even more spooky.
Yeah, I got some very spooky stuff. What?
Posted in the chat. They're both so bad. Brownie face. Ban him.
Shout outs to Britt Pybus who couldn't make it to the event. He had to.
It's crazy
too much
because I
homework.
mean, I feel like Britt has so many friends, but like nobody really missed him. It's weird.
I have not heard one word about Britt this
Yeah,
whole time.
like-
I heard.
I
Oh,
heard he's ugly.
no, I heard Dustin come in the room and say, "Is Britt here?" And we're like, "No, man." He's like, "All right, good. And he seems really relieved. Like it seems like a sense of relief just.
I heard
washed over
somebody
him.
after one of the rounds say, "Guys, I love ties. I don't have any problem with this new system. I think ties are great, and 50 minutes best of 3 is great." I heard that, but I'd never heard anyone say they missed Britt.
Right.
That's crazy. What are the odds, right?
I mean, mind you, Britt has no friends, so it doesn't matter. But back to the game at hand. 5 minutes left. Perspective just changed. Chris Fulop appears to have won his last round, securing himself a spot in the top 32 and day 2 of this event. Dustin's still playing. There's a crowd surrounding Dustin. I'm not sure if that's just because he's Dustin or because something interesting is going on.
It's because he's on the end of a team.
Hey, Sean Kaufman's H-Train shirt say, or Hovercat shirt say lantern on the back.
Yeah.
That's sick. I respect that.
Rotate your body.
Sean won 3.5 cities in a row with Lantern last year.
He won a half of a city.
Like he got second at the 4th.
Oh, jeez. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did he get his invite?
No, that was like all he did that season.
That's still cool.
No, like it was awesome. Yeah, we were all really pumped for him.
And there's an Absol.
Then Dustin won
Yeah, that's
2.5
right.
states, and then I still didn't do anything. The end.
Man. And there's that throw. Was it a throw or a sock?
Throw is horrible. I'm sure it's a sock. Throw is really bad.
All right. Glad.
I'd feel really bad if it was a throw. Yeah, no, he'd be stupid if he played that.
Throw's horrible. And Juniper from Steve. Drawing 7 cards. I'm not sure what he really needs. So he has a Mewtwo. Have you seen a Mewtwo all game? All match even?
Whoa! No. All right, man.
Dude, this deck's just
Who
full of
was
surprises.
asking about sideboards earlier?
Yeah. I don't think
This
Steve...
game is going to time. I'm seriously about the poop. They could have ID'd from the get-go, but we're going to watch them play for 50 minutes instead.
Dude, that's okay.
I'm having a good time. That's nuts that we have not seen any trace of a Mewtwo this entire game.
Like, every game just has a new surprise. First it was the sock.
Yeah,
and
the
then
stock came out in
Mewtwo.
Game 2, Mewtwo came out in Game 3.
There's a game 4. I just can't
If
imagine.
there's a Game 4, dude.
Woo! Playing cards aren't
He's
even
playing like
legal.
XY cards.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got that freaky.
It's whole EX. I profited it because I got revealed.
And let's see. James Coss on your right playing. I mean, this game could actually finish. 2 minutes left, and we have +3 turns. So this, I think if this game finishes, it's going to be an.
I don't think there's much
victory for
damage on
Alex.
board. I don't think it's possible. I could see Alex winning.
Yeah, I think if it's going to end in a victory for anyone, it's going to be Alex.
Absolutely.
So Alex is on the right. Just so you guys know, this whole time, he didn't want us to use his full name. I think he's a minor. I don't know if we really explained why. He was Alex Murder before. We just said we're going to come up with a new name for him. James Coss is a little Midwest Hovercats meme. I'm sure all of you have seen.
Way to belittle it, you.
What?
I can't think of any not
it's-
curse words right now.
It's a Hovercat meme.
No, it's a way of life.
I mean, sure, it's also a
Clown.
religion, but it's also a meme. I mean, I'm James Coss as well.
I mean,
Really, we're all James Coss.
I'm James Coss.
I mean, right. James Coss is violently shaking the table, messing up our camera. Dude does it again. It heard me. and Heretic Fake does it. He won't commit. He knows better. What a good guy.
Notice how they're back to cutting. The inconsistencies really put me on edge. Oh, dude, it's crunch time now. I'm going to start cutting your dick.
I always like that. It's always funny when you see like polka dads or semi-casual players, at least a lot in my area, where you see the situation of like, oh, hey, how you doing? You know, early in the game, and then when something happens or you start to win, it's just like very like,
Yeah.
all right, quiet.
As soon as they start to have to think about things, they can't focus on two
right,
things.
the demeanor totally changes.
And luckily for them, I can focus on 3 things.
happens with
Winning, fun, and
biddies.
winning biddies.
All right, 20.
I'm just joining.
Clapping. Beautiful.
When Heretic says jump, I say how high, baby. I don't know why he's clapping, but I'm clapping with him.
And we're down to probably we have 10 seconds on our clock, probably not more than 30 on the timer. I see the head judge looking at his watch, so.
What?
And
no.
whoa,
that was really impressive. Yeah, our timer was like, yeah.
So it's now in time, but
yeah,
it's turn 0.
So Alex should be able to win. If Alex is turn 0, he should be fine.
Yeah, he has another turn after this. He is turn 0.
He is turn 0, so he should be fine.
He just played the.
Ooh, he doesn't have a Keldeo out, and he doesn't play Switch. So don't want to speak too soon. Absol can kill a Sock, right? Nope. I think this is going to be a draw.
Who saw that coming?
Right?
What do you mean? If he catches the Sock with the Kyurem, he can just knock it out, right?
Kyurem Blizzard Burn last turn, and Alex doesn't play Switch.
Oh, he doesn't have the Keldeo, right?
He's going to manually retreat that boy, too.
Manually retreating. Whew.
Yeah, so now if Steve doesn't bench an EX this turn, it's a draw. That's all he needs to do is just pass. Like, there's nothing else that can happen. Also, duh, he took a prize.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much damage was on that Bouffalant.
Mike Newman, ladies and gentlemen. We see our official OTP mascot, Esper. In replace of the clock, it is time. It is turn 1. Both Steve and Alex are going to have another turn after this, unless Alex wins on his turn, if we think he will, but another catcher on that Deoxys, so maybe it's a float stone.
Alex, show us your hand.
Come on, Alex.
Oh, it's a Prism.
Be a man.
So,
be a man,
Alex, top decks the Switch card, or it's a draw. I hope he flips it over dramatically. Yup, he did. Oh, no, he didn't. You lose, man. What are you doing? Don't. Oh, it's turn. Just stop.
Turn 2, turn 3.
Why are they playing?
Turn 3. Spirit of the game. Spirit of the game, Michael.
I know. I would do the same thing. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Kill the stream on the game. All right, I can see them scooping their cards. It's a draw. Go back to us, please.
Yeah. All right. Well, big congratulations to Heretic and James Coss. They're both.
We are extremely tired. We are going to take a picture of the top 32. We're going to eat food. We're going to be back here in the morning. I will post on our Facebook at facebook.com/OTPPokemon.
It starts at 8
with the top 8 tomorrow.
8 tomorrow.
So we'll be here
8 tomorrow.
8 o'clock sharp for the day 2 and the top 8. Please, TopCutCentral.com. Please buy a playmat. Sell them your bulk. Support them like they're supporting us, and they're supporting you. They're supporting the game. Not much else to say, but I love you. Good night.
Okay, I love you. Good night. Say it, Chase.
Okay, I love you. Good night.
Good night.